Okay, coming to the topic hormones. So, chemical nature of hormones, they are classified as glycoproteins, polypeptide, and biogenic amines or catecholamines. So, glycoproteins are basically TSH, FSH, LH, and HCG, female hormones. So, mnemonic for this is LFT, HCG, L, LH, F, FSH, T, TSH, and then HCG. Then coming to polypeptide, polypeptides are parathyroid hormone, calcitonin, relaxin, stromatomedin, oxytocin, anterior pituitary hormones like growth hormone, prolactin, somatostatin, ACTH. Mnemonic are as per G. Sorry, Casper G. So Casper C से है calcitonin, A से है anterior pituitary, S से है stromatomedin, P से है PTH, O से है oxytocin, R से है relaxin, and then G, which is indicating growth hormone. Then coming to biogenic amines or catecholamines. So catecholamines are basically adrenaline, noradrenaline, thyroxine, and dopamine. Mnemonic here is TAND, TAND, TAND. So TAND, T से है thyroxine, A से है adrenaline, N से है noradrenaline, and then dopamine. Coming to second messenger hormones. So these are basically hormones that bind to the cell surface receptors. The next are CGMP as second messenger, then CAMP as second messenger, and kinase and phosphatase cascade as second messengers. So the hormones which bind to the cell surface receptors are ACTH, angiotensin, ADH, CCK, gastrin, oxytocin, PDGF, substance P, TRH, and GnRH. Then CGMP as second messenger are ANF and nitric oxide. CAMP as second messenger are ACTH, ADH, HCG, FSH, glucagon, LH, parathyroid hormone, TSH, epinephrine, norepinephrine, secretin, and lipotrophin. Then kinase and phosphatase are erythropoietin, insulin, growth hormone, and prolactin. Next topic is steroid receptor family hormones. So they bind to intracellular receptors. Examples are cortisol, uh, mineralo or sex steroids, vitamin D, retinoic acid, thyroid hormone, and VRA. These are basically androgen receptors that belong to nuclear receptor superfamily. Receptor for steroids like glucocorticoid and estrogen, vitamin D, and thyroid hormones are located inside target cells in the cytoplasma or nucleus and function as ligand dependent transcription factors. Then the mechanism of action of various hormones. First one is intracellular receptors. The first that act as second messenger are cytoplasmic receptors. These are steroidal hormones. The mnemonic is GEMP. GEMP. That that is glucocorticoid, mineralocorticoid, estrogens, and progestins. Then another one is nuclear receptors. The first one is thyroid hormones and then retinoic acid. Next one is hormones that bind to the cell surface or membrane receptors. They act by increasing CAMP. Examples are glucagon, calcitonin, PTH, TSH, ACTH, gonadotropins, FSH, LH, and the ones which act by increasing IP3 and DAG or calcium, they are oxytocin and ADH. The ones which act by activation enzyme tyrosine protein kinase are insulin and growth hormone. Then this table is of micro and macronutrients. So the first macronutrient is phosphorus. The next one is magnesium. So the recommended daily requirement is for phosphorus is 700 milligrams. Its biochemical role is in the phospholipids, nucleic acids, phosphoproteins, high energy phosphate esters like ATP, hexose, CRP, and several key enzymes, and it helps as a component of bone, cartilage, and Cartesian exoskeletons. Magnesium's daily requirement is 300 to 400 milligrams. It is a part of kinase, enolase, glycosyltransferase, phosphatase ribonuclease, adenyl cyclase, transketolase, glutathione synthase, and they are part of oxidative reactions and carboxylations. Next, micronutrient or trace element is iodine. Its daily requirement is 150 micrograms. Its maximum concentration is found in thyroid. Its deficiency leads to goiter, cretinism, and decrease in thyroid hormone. Its excess leads to thyroid dysfunction or acne-like eruption. Next is fluoride. Its requirement is 1 ppm in water, that is 1 to 2 milligrams per day. It is found in water, tea, salmon, and its deficiency leads to dental caries, and excess leads to dental skeletal fluorosis and osteosclerosis. Next is copper. Its daily requirement is 0.9 to 1 milligrams. Its role is in the oxidases in superoxide dismutase, catalase, tyrosinase, dopamine hydroxylase. It has a role in globulin and ceruloplasmin formation, and also it is an antagonist with the zinc, and it is competing with metallothionein binding. Its deficiency leads to refractory hypochromic anemia, neutropenia, osteoporosis, Menke-Kinky hairs disease, and hypopigmentation. Excess leads to Fanconi-like syndrome, hemolytic anemia, and hepatic failure. Next trace element is zinc. Its daily requirement is 10 to 12 milligrams. It's a part of carbonic anhydrase, alcohol dehydrogenase, insulin, ALP, MMPase, retinol reductase, and carboxypeptidase. Its deficiency will its maximum concentration is found in the prostate and also found in brain, muscle, bone, kidneys. Its deficiency leads to ectodermatitis enteropathica, hypogonadism, dwarfism, growth retardation, immune dysfunction, congenital malformation. Chromium daily requirement is 25 to 35 micrograms. It's a part of glucose tolerance factor and is a potentiator of insulin. Its deficiency may lead to diabetes mellitus like syndrome. Ferrous daily requirement is 17 to 21 milligrams, and in pregnancy 35 milligrams, in lactation 25 milligrams. It's a part of oxidases reaction and its deficiency leads to iron deficiency. Next is MO. The daily requirement is 45 to 50 micrograms. Its cofactors are xanthine oxidase and aldehyde oxidase. It has a role in uric acid metabolism. And manganese, its daily requirement is 2 to 5 milligrams. It's a part of pyruvate carboxylase. And in lipotropic effect, its deficiency leads to upper body rash and impaired growth. Its excess leads to Parkinson's disease, encephalitis, and psychosis. Cobaltum, its cofactor is constituent of vitamin B12. It's a part of erythropoiesis and maintenance of nerve tissue. It stimulates the free radical production and helps in heme synthesis. Coming to selenium, daily requirement is 45 micrograms and it's a cofactor for glutathione peroxidase and deiodinase. It prevents liver cell necrosis and it is rich in garlic. Deficiency lead to Gishans disease, cardiomyopathy, Keshenbeck endemic osteoarthritis of China. And its excess may lead to alopecia, lung nasal carcinoma, garlic breath due to dimethylselenide. Next one is alumina, and its excess may lead to Alzheimer's disease, Parkinsonism, dialysis, dementia, osteomalacia, microcytic hypochromic